Hey now. I have a lot of cooking going on today, but this is for Joni and Vern, my paying customers. I'm gonna make the crazy pudding. It's Maria Emmerich's version of like the whole egg pudding that I have made before, and I believe my video is there. But these are carton egg whites, and I just opened this carton. It's maybe about halfway through because here the timer. I've got protein sparing bagels in the oven right now. So anyway, this is heated, and you can see that I sprayed it with a little bit of avocado oil. I'm gonna turn the heat down because I really don't want to brown them, but I want to cook them. So how many egg whites did I put in here? This is a 16-ounce carton. This is a 32, and it was probably half. So I guess I have about 32 ounces of egg, and I'm making a lot because I'm going to deliver pudding to all the good children in the world. I'm going to be filling up my sleigh later. No, that would be my son and my daughter. And now I've got to go get a non-stick friendly thing because I'm gonna burn everything up. I'll be back. Okay, everything's just so hard one-handed, but anyway, you're just gonna, like you would scramble eggs, I'm trying to like not have them stick. It wasn't, I had feared it had really stuck on there, but it hasn't really done a fabulous job. So anyway, I'm just gonna scramble some egg whites. I turned it down maybe too low. Turned it up a little bit more. And then I'm gonna have to let them cool. And then I'm gonna use, so for the regular egg pudding, oh God, what a mess. For the regular egg pudding, you use cans of coconut milk. But for this one, because it's protein sparing, so what the protein sparing does is you keep the same amount of protein, you're lowering the fat. So it just has a, you keep the carbs low anyway, but with protein sparing, you're lowering the fat also. So this is unsweetened. Make sure you buy the one that's unsweetened. I'm using coconut beverage. It's unsweetened coconut milk. You can use almond if you like almond, if you have an allergy or whatever. It's got a little bit of crap in there, a little vanilla flavor, but it ain't gonna kill you. And I think for the love of God, I think I'm only gonna use about a cup of it anyway, maybe 2. So I'll come back when these eggs are cooked, scrambled. So see you in a bit. Okay, they didn't stick too bad. They're kind of done. Well, they're definitely cooked. If you wanted to eat scrambled egg whites, they're definitely cooked. I like them to go a little bit longer because I like them to dry out a little bit, just for the purposes of this pudding. Like how you prefer to eat your scrambled eggs is a whole other thing. I also don't like them to brown when I'm making this scrambled egg white pudding. So that's about that. And I'm just gonna have to find a spot where I don't need them to be chilled, so I don't need them to like be put in the refrigerator, but they need to be pulled off the heat and just left to cool on their own, maybe a half an hour, just so they're not hot. Okay, Joni and Vern, I cooked the egg whites and I just, roughly split them in half. And I have my blender ready to go. I have my coconut. I even cracked the top of that because I'm one-handed. Erythritol beef gelatin, cocoa powder. I have vanilla, and I have some orange extract. So what I decided to do is I'm gonna layer chocolate and orange. And if you think that's like gross, there's a Terry's, a company, they were very popular in Britain years ago. And I know you can buy them now at Christmas time at Terry's Chocolate Orange. Chocolate and orange goes really nice together. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to take half of these eggs and transfer them to my blender. And I just have a regular old KitchenAid blender. It's nothing fancy. So hold on just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have put about half of the egg whites in the blender. I've measured out 3/4 of a cup of coconut milk, coconut beverage. You could use almond or whatever milk substitute you like. 3/4 of a cup. This one's going to be the orange one, so this is a small bottle of orange extract, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't know, 2 teaspoons? Whatever, dude. I'm going to put the top on this, though, because I will knock it over. This is my Swerve, and this is a 1/4 cup measure. So I'm going to take Swerve or erythritol, depending on what you're using. That's my Swerve. Also, because I want this to be kind of thickened, I'm going to use this is a 1 teaspoon measure of Now brand beef gelatin powder. I'm going to put 1, you know what, I'm going to put 2 in there. I'm going to live really dangerously. Okay, so that's that. Now I need to put the top on my blender. Of course, I don't have the center piece. There we go. And did we plug in? We are plugged in. So we're going to go to on. I like to stir it at first, you know, to let it kind of begin. This is one of those things where you definitely want it to be kind of on its highest power. All right, I'm going to let this go for a few minutes. And stay tuned. So I just want to show you that I, not so carefully, poured, you know, a little bit into the bottom of each one, because these are going to be layered. So here's my spatula. I'm just going to lay it here. I'm not going to wash the blender. It's basically the same thing going in, but this one's going to be chocolate. The small amount of orange flavor that might still be in there is not going to be a deal breaker for me. So I just need 2 hands to transfer these eggs into the blender. So hold on. The eggs are now in the blender. I have 3/4 of a cup of my coconut milk. Pour that in. I'm going to do the same thing with Swerve, 1/4 of a cup of Swerve or erythritol. I actually buy erythritol because it's cheaper than Swerve. I'm going to use some vanilla extract that now I have to do one-handed. So I'm going to pour a little vanilla in. This one's basically going to be chocolate, but I will use, actually there's probably not much in there. Okay, chocolate. I'm going to put in a little, what did I use in the last one? 2 teaspoons, so let's do that again. Oh yeah, let's drop it too, that would be good. 1, 2, okay, so that's 2 teaspoons of Now brand beef gelatin powder. I need this 1/4 cup measure that had measured the erythritol. I'm going to get some cocoa powder. So that's about full. I missed a little bit, so hold on. I'll just pick up a pinch more and throw that in. Place it in gently, I should say. Now let me just grab my lid for the blender. I'm going to pop that on and do the same thing with starting on kind of low and working up a little bit. And I'm going to let this go for like 3 minutes. Pretty thick, looks decent. I'm going to layer it into the jars next. Okay, that one I got a little messy with the lid, so I'll keep that one for myself, but I'm going to bring some of these over to my son, and my daughter's birthday is tomorrow, and I thought it would be nice to like bring her. She loves these for breakfast. So I'll bring her those, and if you don't already do this, I fill my blender with water and then a couple of squirts of like dish soap, and it's not a substitute for cleaning your blender, but it does make your cleanup a little bit easier. So I'm just foaming up some dish soap and water. And go clean your kitchen.